This is episode 199 of the Rise Up Podcast. We're a morning radio show hosted by Steve and Tim on Family Life, a network of stations across New York and Pennsylvania. This podcast is a weekly conversation designed to help you think and laugh and keep your eyes on Jesus. If you haven't already, subscribe today so you don't miss a single episode. And find out more about our show at familylife.org.
Thanks for making us part of your morning routine. It's Rise Up with Steve and Tim on Family Life.
I like to think of them this way because I kind of like plays on words. Christmas understandings.
Oh, I get
misunderstandings, Christmas. I don't know. There could be different ones of these for different folks. Maybe it was like a blind spot for you until, boom, a light. Get that? A light? Like Christmas? A light came on and you said, oh, I see it differently now.
Well, it's interesting for me because if you've listened to this podcast at all or listened to the Rise Up Morning Show, I didn't come to the Lord till I was in my early 30s. So I grew up with these Christmas stories that I heard not biblically, or I didn't know. I thought they were.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. Let me just go with, because I've been called once in a while over the years, hey, you're a wise guy. So I'll go with the wise men.
Mm-hmm.
One, and I say one because two, we always heard, I grew up, and maybe you still hear, the three wise men.
Yeah, right.
That's not biblically accurate.
Not necessarily. Right.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know how many there were.
Right.
Right? There could have been a whole group. There is no number ever given.
Right.
2, 12, whole caravan filled. We don't know.
Yeah.
So there's one. That's like a misunderstanding of the number of wise men. I have more on the wise men, but I'm going to save that for later.
More on the wise guys?
Yeah, wise guys. Yeah.
I guess that's fitting. For me, the thing is that, I did grow up, yes, in the faith, and yes, with a strong and special Christmas celebration and lots of traditions in our family. But I don't remember the year it was. I just remember the feeling it was when the season overtook the day. So as a kid, Christmas Day is the big thing.
Right.
And you can look at that day, pin all your hopes on the day, hope if everything goes right that day, then it will have been worth it. And I remember the time it was, I had been spending a lot of time, Christmas shopping, doing other things like this with my mom. And it just kind of clicked for me. Wait a second. I'm not looking forward to just one day. I love this season. So I remember the time for me that the season as an extended celebration kind of overtook just the hopes of one day. And really, I think that's part and parcel with the greater message of Christmas anyways, is that it's not about holding up one day and saying, look, we've got hope and happiness and joy and light that we get to look at this day, and then go back to the normal stuff tomorrow. It's like, no, that one day changes the rest. It changes all the others.
Speaking of day, I'm going to stay on that a second because I can't remember if I think I was a believer then. So I went through my entire life thinking, speaking of the day, December 25th, even if I wasn't a believer in Jesus and a follower of Jesus, like, oh, that's the day that Jesus was born. We don't know.
Right. Maybe.
Maybe
not.
Could have been.
Right.
I don't know. So
yeah,
I didn't learn that until later. That's another one. Just
right.
The actual day itself. And you were talking about days and seasons. We don't, just like we don't know there were 3 wise men, maybe not.
Right.
December 25th, the birth date, maybe not.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Right. You got to put it somewhere on the calendar.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That's a good one. No, that's a really good one too.
Can I stay with the wise guys?
Oh, definitely.
The 3 wise men. Maybe you have it there on your tabletop at home or something, the manger scene. And you got those 3 wise men right there.
There they were. Right there.
Right
at
there.
The baby Jesus.
Right. No, not really. No, they visited later.
Right.
Months. I don't know. Maybe a couple years.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
No, maybe. So there's, the wise men, no matter how many there were not there in the manger. So that's just another.
Well, the manger wasn't big enough for one thing.
Right. Right. Exactly. Good point. So all these stories you hear, which, it's okay, maybe, but accuracy or biblical truth and what you see, what the world sees can be different things.
Yeah, and here's one more for me that's this one also, Steve, like what you just mentioned, this one's biblical. When I realized that giving could mean more than getting. That's a big deal. And some people, really, this is amazing. These people have God's heart from such an early age. Have you ever known a kid who just loves to give gifts? That's amazing when you see that in a young person. I've got a kid in our church class right now who's so generous. It makes him happier to give things than to get things. Like, praise God for that. That's awesome. Took me a while, though, to get that. And I'm not saying I've got that all figured out. I still get more excited about what's in it for number one than when I get to give to other people, right? But wow, when you get to feel that experience of realizing I am receiving more somehow in my heart when I give something away than when I'm the one who's getting a gift from somebody else. And that lines up. I mean, that is the Bible. Jesus said it, and Paul quotes him as having said it, that it is more blessed to give than to receive. I mean, that makes sense, too. It's just our God's nature. It's what he's always doing. He's always pouring out. He's always giving us more than we could ever hope to give back to him. It's more blessed to give than to receive, and probably no better time to see that than Christmas.
Yeah, that is the message. And one thing that's come to my mind as we're talking about, as I was talking about these things that we think are true, but maybe they are, maybe they aren't, how we present, if we take this information and tell somebody else about it, how we tell them is really interesting, too. If they say this, don't go, no, that's not the truth. That's not the way,
Right.
It's how because traditions, they aren't wrong. They help us remember things. And the Bible, as it gives us what we need. Not every detail necessarily,
right.
but it gives us what we need. It gives us every truth. The Bible gives us truth. So, but what you said, Tim, the giving more than receiving.
Yeah.
Not that we all have a handle on that perfectly.
Nope.
But that's the message every Christmas.
Facing a whole new day is a lot easier when you remember that God is in charge. You're listening to Rise Up on Family Life.
I want to show grace like that. Show grace like my wife uses the steam cleaner. The new steam cleaner. It's like if somebody had a new toy that they just can't stop everywhere.
Loves it, huh?
I can hardly point to something in my house where there isn't a steam cleaner attachment that can clean this thing. I mean to tell you, I mean to tell you, there's got to be some reasonable limit. I've told her, like, there's got to be some limit to what we can use the steam cleaner on. But I haven't found the limit yet.
Okay.
This toy, it can be used on everything, and I want to show grace like that. God's grace, because he gives it to us freely, like with abundance, all over our lives. And then how much am I willing to use it in my relationships with others? Well, where it seems reasonable to me. What if I was to show grace where it seemed unreasonable to me? What if I was to show grace with a little imagination?
Ooh.
The kind of imagination my wife uses with how to apply the steam cleaner.
Wow.
Showing grace freely, fully, generously. Showing grace with imagination.
Here we go. It's another new day. You're listening to Rise Up with Steve and Tim on Family Life.
You get the message from school. Please have your child ready for the Christmas program.
Oh, yeah.
That's simple, right? One kid was supposed to be one of the elves. Calm down. It's just a school thing. Here we go. But there was apparently a mix-up. Second grader shows up to school in a full glittery pantsuit, sunglasses, hair slicked back. One of the elves, the parent thought it said Elvis, as in Presley. Thank you very much. Wrong costume. Right spirit, though, and honestly, that kid owned it. When I read about it, it made me smile because Christmas many times can be filled with imperfect moments like that. Things don't go quite as planned. But the joy still shows up.
Oh, I bet.
God didn't send Jesus into a perfectly organized world either. He came right into the mix-ups, and somehow he makes even the mess memorable. Even if you are having a blue.
No, it's all right. You can keep doing that.
No, I think I'm done. Show's over, folks. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We weren't sure how you liked your coffee, so we didn't make any. Hope that's okay. It's Rise Up with Steve and Tim on Family Life.
Is it us? Yeah, it is us. We're the ones who overcomplicate things, not God. He didn't do that to us, give us a complicated way the world works. No, it's me who's complicating things. If you're ever where I am, overcomplicating things, there's a prayer from...
Wait a minute. Hold on. You over... Okay, I'm sorry.
Hard as it might be to believe, Steve.
You go ahead. Don't let me interrupt.
Man, do I do it all the time. All the time. And that's why I got to, and don't be shocked by this either, Steve,
Okay.
bring up favorite author and Christian teacher C.S. Lewis.
Good one.
Great prayer. Great prayer of his that helps me when I'm overcomplicating things. He said that he would ask God to show me just enough about myself as I need to see, not any more or any less, to do your will, God, here and now. So maybe what the Lord needs to show me is that sometimes I overcomplicate things. And maybe he'll use a friend like Steve to show me, yeah, sometimes I overthink. Because sometimes I can't even understand me. And what if God just wants things to be a little more simple? God, show me just as much as I need to know about myself so I can do your will right here and now.
May the blessings of the Lord be with you in all that you do today. This is Rise Up on Family Life.